Hello, this is SimSD. Welcome back to the channel. It's episode 2 of our playthrough of Satisfactory. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything. Let's dive into it. What we're going to be doing today is sorting out this mess. But because we're going to need production, I'm actually going to leave these running in the background. Leave all that running, and I'm actually going to build off this node over here. And not only that, we need concrete. So let's make sure we've got enough for 2 more constructors and another one of them. So we need concrete, that's fine. And reinforced iron plates again. Missing screws. We also need to produce screws today, that'd be good. Well, let's have a look in the elevator as well and see what other things we can unlock. Mark II belts would be nice. Sorry if you heard that, I'm just drinking a cup of tea. Being a true Yorkshireman that I am. Logistics Mark II. Part assembly would really be better because the assembler allows us to build the reinforced iron plates. Think not yet. Let's see the field research. Don't think I need that yet. Let's do part assembly. So we'll do that. What have we got? Nowhere near yet. Concrete. We need a lot of concrete. Sorry about that. Had a cough. So what we're going to do, we'll go over to where our concrete production is. And we will see where we're up to. But also, I will see what other nodes are around. Because I remember when we were scanning for concrete, there was quite a few nodes about. Remember? Always remembering to be picking up leaves. Everywhere you go, pick up as many leaves as you can. Because even into the end game, kind of, I will never get rid of the biomass, let's put it that way. Because it's a good little backup generator. Maybe I will when we get to like fuel power, when it's like a drop in the water, but for now, until mid-game, let's say. So another thing I did on one of the super speeds in the last episode was I put these two down. So you can actually put down more portable miners next to, I forgot them all. Next to the miner on the same node, which allows, in this instance, 45 a minute, 30 a minute. So because we're only producing 30 a minute and we need 45, this kind of supplements it. So we've got 200 concrete, it's not too bad. Let's just go up here, get a bit of height. Let's see if there is any obviously close limestone deposits. On 170 meters away. Let's just see if it's within sensible kind of distance. More. There she is. So what we could do. Well, actually, that's got a nice open space to it as well. Can we cement it? Can we build another one? Yeah. Missed having blade runners. You can unlock later blade runners. They make you jump so much higher. Normal, and it's a normal. Right, okay. We're building on here. But we're going to build properly. There we go. So you always have to hand mine the top off for some reason. Foundation. Big foundations. Nope. Yeah, 2 meter foundations. We'll do that. So again, I was holding control, so we're snapping to the world grid. I'm going to put my miner on there. I like to try and line the miner up with the foundations like that. Actually, we don't need that foundation. Technically, don't need these two either, but may decide to. Ooh, hello, mister. So, out of this one, we're getting 60 a minute. Yay! So, split it. Again, height is always good. So, miners have a nice big watchtower on top. Splitter. See how, like, the node isn't perfectly aligned with the world grid. Actually, gonna have to go one. I think that's too close. Oh no, it's fine. We're good. Put them over there. And then put 2 constructors. And 2. And then we build like so. Power pole there. These 2 there. That in there. Oh, I've got no cable. Of course I've run out of cable. But it's fine. We have wire with us. What should do for now? Point we could do with sorting out the. Yeah, good. We've got lots to sort out, haven't we? And we're going to want to merge. But I'm just thinking. That's why I've gone quiet. Brain's not working this morning. Evening, afternoon, whatever the hell it is. So, organize storage. All up there. We want to put the merger in. Probably just a bit close. Should have put the merger in first. That's the wrong way. I quite often put these in the wrong way. And there. And so what I will do is I'll leave that other concrete running as well. Just for the sake of having pins so we can actually get up next time. For the sake of having another. Where in the hell is it? Right. We haven't unlocked the map yet. Bases of that way. Oh, it's this way. Oh, there's some wires. I can see some wires. Ah, that's the other concrete. And there we go. Extra concrete added. Again, let's just have a bit of a go. Oh, I know what we can do. We can use our trusty chainsaw. So what we can do now is these trees we can chop, boop, and then we got mice. Oh dear, we got lots of stuff. Mycelia, wood, and leaves. I don't know why they fall with such. I don't know what it does. I think that just does. Oh no, mycelia again. Basically, once you do it with a chainsaw, they don't come back, is the issue. So you just want to concentrate on, don't want to go around doing everything. But wood's always good. These big things are good as well. Also, if when you're building a factory, if it's in the way of your foundations, the chainsaw's good because once you get rid of it, or if you've got like a tree sticking up or whatever, this will get rid of it for good. Loads of leaves. So we've got nearly 200 wood and nearly 1,000 leaves. Oh, some copper here as well. Handy to know. So what I'll do, speaking of copper, is I will head to our little copper base. Should be enough for now. Head to the copper base, and if we've got enough for another assembler, I'd like to. Could really do with sorting this out, actually, couldn't I? Because this is producing 60, these can only do 30, so I need a splitter in here. But these are too close. Let's just sort it out. I'm not going to sort it out with proper foundations, I'm just going to sort it out. So we want a splitter. Tea time. And on from there. On a smelter. We want 2 smelters. For them, I'll put another power pole in here. 2 smelters. Copper. Bosh bosh. Copper. Bosh bosh. Sorry about that, that's my dog going ballistic for something. Unsure. Sometimes the wind blows in the wrong direction and that sets him off. And do we have enough for a constructor? Oh, we must do because I deleted one. Question is, do we have enough for 2? Actually, so these are producing 30 ingots, and I believe wire only using 15. Yeah. So that one node, if we were just to produce wire, which at the minute is all we can do with copper, produce so 60 copper ore, which goes into 4 of these, producing 120 wire. So, thinking about this logically, so we want a splitter. There. What I'm going to do, put these together like so. That is horribly not straight. Put another one over there. I haven't got cable and I haven't got reinforced iron plates. Do we have enough for 4? So, I need lots of screws. I realised I've got completely sidetracked, and I said I was going to start off by sorting out the iron, but actually, in order to sort out the iron, I'm having to sort out everything else as well. 7, 8. I'm going to need more, because ideally I want to automate cable as well, which is the next step after wire. We have lots of wire. We are not short of wire. Do a bit more cable, because I'm going to need it for power cables. 50 will do. Should have just left that, I'm sure I'm going to need it. So I'm going to put another constructor over here. In there somewhere. There. That is also going to come into here. That's a new feature. When you middle click on the constructor to copy it, it actually remembers what it was doing originally. Which is quite handy. I need to do it that way. I know it's crashing. It's fine. There. Oh, can we squeeze another one in it? We can. We kind of can. So this is what janky looks like. I say janky a lot, but I should not say janky and use a proper word. But you know, let me know in the comments if you even know what janky means, and if you use it in your day-to-day work, at work, life, whatever. I say work. Why am I saying work? Ah, here's a prime example of our use of our chainsaw. This tree is in the way. Goodbye, Mr. Tree. Ooh, that all the animations of this is new. They used to just flop down. So we want a merger. Oh no. What I want to check is how much cable. 60 wire into 30 cables. So what are these? 30. So I need to merge two of them to use one of them. That is fine. Merge it to here. Again, holding control helps you line everything up. There, so that's 60 into there. Another one of them. Into there. To there. Cable. Plug you into there. Also what we can do is we can do a merger here. This one. Get it the right way around. There-ish. No, that is not there-ish. There-ish. To there, and then what we can do is we want to put a storage container, which is just going to fill up with. That's going to fill up with cable. Another storage container. Here. That's going to fill up with wire. So we've automated wire and we've automated cable. Why is that not working? No power. Okay, so here's a prime example of using the pole to gain yourself an extra connection. Like so. Now we have automated wire and we have automated cable. So that's all working fine. Get rid of these. Pardon me. What we'll now do is we'll go and collect our concrete. We'll go back, then we'll sort our iron out. Not me mouse then. If I'm making you dizzy, I apologise. I'm making myself dizzy as well. Right, why is nothing coming out? Oh, that's why, Steve. Because you didn't put the concrete in the thing. Ah, dear. So these aren't going to be balanced anyway because we're not producing 45. Well, 45 times 2 is 90. We're only producing 60. But that's fine. We've got a chunk of concrete at least. The joys of this is we don't have to keep coming back to make sure that the stacks don't top out. We can just leave them because if we ever fill one of them containers with concrete, then, well, I mean, we will eventually, but if we do it this early in the next 7 or 8 episodes, I'd be surprised. Quite a lot of wood. So you can never have too much. So let's just, yeah. Right, let's head back to base. Amazing how much you get from one copper node. All this expanded. And I'll just grab the cable, and I'll grab. It's 100. Oh, see, we've not even got 200 yet. Don't even have enough for the part assembly. So, let's talk mega bases. I guess is probably the next thing. What my plan for this is, I'm going to do something new, something I've never done before. So I'm going to try and do levels. So what I'm talking about is if I find the peak of this, here, ooh, is that over there? This is the peak, so this is going to be our first level, let's call it, ground floor. And what we're going to do is a foundation here, on the world grid obviously. Take that level and I will zoop it. I can't because I don't have enough steel plates. Basically, the smelters and the constructors and everything are going to be on that level. That's why we need to have containers. So everything's going to come up to this level. I might get away with putting smelters down the bottom in the basement, let's say. This is going to be ground. This is where constructors are going to start doing their thing. One there is probably the limit. We haven't got walls yet. No, we haven't. Oh, walls. We have. Basically. Like so. And then what I'll do is, yeah, then you can foundation up to that. So these can go quite deep. That's really bad though. Anyway, I'm not starting with that side, I'm starting with this side. See what I mean about you're going to need a lot of concrete and you're going to need a lot of why am I using 2 meters? I don't know why I'm using 2 meters. Don't like them ones. Let's use the 1 meter foundations, which are thinner, which personally are better for floors because you gain more space. Yes, gravity is not a thing in Satisfactory. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't mind it. I don't like leaving things like that, but until we get it sorted out underneath, that's the way it's going to be. So, production. Miner Mark 1. Portable miner. I thought I had hundreds of them. Clearly not. Delete that. Oh, I know what. Before I forget, let's empty our wood and grass into the containers. Since they're both empty by the looks of it. Wood. Grass. Let's check on stocks of things. So we've still got 400 of them. And we got 30 of them. That's fine. So. Yeah, I've changed my mind. I'm going to put the smelters up on the top. Basically, everything below this is going to be just the miners. So, miner Mark 1 can go there. Then what you can do is you can do a conveyor belt lift. Also can't remember what grade of nerd that was. This is the edge of our first factory. So that can come up there. And then we go straight into a splitter. So I'm going to start on the joint like that. There. Cool. So, because this is the boundary edge. Oh dear, I fell off. So we're producing 60 a minute. So, other thing to consider when you're building this is expandability. So, that's producing 60. It will not always produce 60. Obviously, the later into the game we get, the more stuff we're going to want. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to build that way, and I'm essentially going to leave this. So, as this gets better and these get upgraded, we can essentially have more stuff. For now, all we need is we need 2 smelters. I mean, in the end, we could have potentially like hundreds of smelters. Also, I like to... Yeah, we'll go with that. Also, I like to run things quite close. I know the world's huge, you've got lots of space, but I like compact factories. Iron ingot. Sorted. So, also, what we'll do is we'll do another smelter here. You might be thinking, Steve, why? Because this is actually where we're going to bring that one in. Because again, expandability, there's 2 nodes, so we're going to build them next to each other. Instead of building this over there and working this way and inevitably running out of room, we build the inputs together and we expand outwards. That way, we should in theory not have to redo it, he says. We've run out of templates. And this is why we leave everything running. So we've got 4 smelters. What we're then going to do is we're going to make the next row to constructors. So I've got really, it's the way I work. I mean, it's not the way everybody works, but I've got my own way of doing things, as I'm sure everybody will, and as I'm sure you will once you start playing this game. I like to basically do what I'm doing here, which is, oh dear, that's not in the right place, is to split out, then merge together, and then split out. So what I mean by that is, again, we're going to keep the 2 halves separate. Now, so the middle is here. So in order to denote that, what I always do is I always leave that one and I go merger. And what you can do is you can press H, that freezes the hologram. You can make sure it's lined up, because you know, they're not always. There, straight, so now you know that everything's flowing that way. And then likewise, everything's going to flow that way. Again, this is always going to be our end. If we're expanding that way and this way. So this will always be the very first one on the chain, and it will always run that way. It's just, I mean, after however many hours of playing this game, you realise the things that you have to do multiple times. This is one of them. So, into there, we want power poles. So again, you can, at the minute, we can only do 2 per power pole. Got it? Yeah, 2. So that's all 4 connected to them. In terms of input, I'm going to put one here. not quite the middle. Oh, that's going to do my OCD. There. And actually, minor issue in that we're doing it that way. We're going to run out of points. So we'll do that. I've had to add a polling. Because you put 2 on each one, and you always have an in and out. If I then had an in and an out, and then to here. This needs to be on the end normally. But again, because we're thinking long-term expandability, we're just going to keep going. So this is our big master factory in. So that can go to the minor. And there's no connections. Tell you what, I'll just pop them in there. To there, boom. How are we doing for power? Max at 109 and 120 capacity. Okay, think about some more biomass boilers soon. Right. So, next. So the mergers have merged. Then we need to split. So we'll do another row of foundations. Yeah, merge together, and now we can So this is the middle one. So we want to start with the middle. What I really should have done was start with a foundation line. Shall we do it? Can I be bothered to redo it? Given the fact it's filling up. I could. I tell you what. Yeah, this is how bad my OCD is. Right, what I'm going to do is, and I think it makes it easier for you guys. So I'm going to cut the video here, and I'm going to come back once I've sorted this out. I'm basically going to move everything to the left half of foundation, so that this line is the split. Right, I'll see you in a sec. And here we are, we're back again. Sorry about that, my OCD could not have coped. So we've moved everything over, and I've left a tiny gap in the middle as well. So basically this is the middle, we've got everything off one that way, everything off the other way. It just kind of keeps everything together. And when, not necessarily fault finding, but when later on in the game we want to expand, it's much easier to figure out what's going where and where stuff's coming from if it's logically laid out. That's that. So that's all merged together, and then what we'll do is we'll put a splitter. So again, we know that that's the middle, so we want to actually work back. We want to put a constructor. We don't have reinforced plates, and we need another row of foundations. Go and get that sorted. There. So our base is coming together, starting off anyway. That tiny little section. That's what it's doing. Reinforced iron plates. We need screws. We need a hell of a lot of screws. And to be fair, that is kind of the motto for the game as well. You always need a hell of a lot of screws. That allows 4 constructors, that should be enough for now. Again, into the middle. So we want a constructor. That's the middle, so that's as close to the middle as we can get. We also need to allow enough room for a splitter. So we'll give it a go, see if that's not too close. Should be alright. It's right on the limit, but it's right. So again, end one's always going to have a belt off the end of the splitter. One, it saves you a tiny smidge of materials by not having to do that. But again, it's just easier. I'm running out of iron plates again. Just take these out. Let's just hand feed it into there. So one side, I'm going to create plates. One side, I'm going to create rods. For now, later on, I might do a bit of mix and matching. But for now, we'll keep things separate. So that was about there. That. And the reason I left a gap up the middle is because this is I'm going to call it our power spine. It's because, I like to come up with weird names for stuff. Oop. Just in front of the line. There. So then that can do that. Basically, that's going to denote the center, and it means we can come up to the next row and take off it, like so. Might be thinking, why are you doing this? Again, expansion. So we're going to be adding smelters onto this end, and as we do, we're going to be adding constructors that way. And as we do, we'll just add another splitter and another merger, and we'll belt around. And it will just continue, technically into infinity, but there is a limit. And again, it's what's the limit of your belt? Always limited by your belts. So when you get into the super massive factories at the end, one belt is never going to be enough, and you're going to be getting stuff in from everywhere. So, yeah. What I'll do is we don't have iron plates again. Booming iron plates. So anyway, well, that's the point. We didn't do the math, did we? So 20 a minute. I think we actually need another constructor. 20 obviously the same. So that's 40 on this side, but we've got 60 coming out of there. So actually, yeah, we do need another constructor. So, go like that. Delete that. Back to there. And there. B. How far back is it? Yeah, that's basically it. So I like to check things, because if I see that it's ever slightly out of line, then, as you've noticed, OCD kicks in, and I have to go back and fix it. So now we're producing 60. Oh, hang on. It's kicking out. I've done that wrong. 30 in, 20 out. That's wrong. So, this is why you triple check. 30 and 20 out. So we're producing 40. Leave it at that. Stop playing with this D. Just get on with it. Next, we want to belt up our other. Again, you might be thinking, why have you done that? You shall see. I'm going to run this. And basically what you can do, hold control. Meow. You have to make the noise, obviously, every time you delete anything in Satisfactory. So I don't mind this cable coming underneath, that's quite alright. So this wants to end up over there where I've just put the belt out. How am I going to do this without it looking horrible? I wonder if I can bend. I don't think I can bend it around. I think it's too close. I know what I can do. Let's use one of these. There, and then put it there, like that. Come across. And then what we can do is we can do that. As a guess. No doubt going to be wrong. Ah, I take it back. It's not too bad. I think it needs to come up, go down one. You there to there. Stick on with a curve. That's actually going down, isn't it? Oh well, good enough for me. This is going to move any second anyway. Goodbye the hub. Because I'm actually going to put it away. The hub can go up here. That's one up to there. That's. Trying to think if I can get rid of one of these power poles. I can. Get that one. Get rid of that one. Yeah. There. There. To there. There we go. Right. Let's just quickly. Now that's filling up. Oh no. Can't do that. Because I need to do the rod side, don't I? Come on, stay. Get with it. Although I put, I put the hub there and I think we're going to crash into it. Right, okay. So, 1, 2. We are making rods. So we're only having 15 in, so we need 4 of these. Yep, as I thought, the hub's going to be in the way. Sorry, hub. Oh dear. Couldn't make it up, could you? I tell you what, let's put it. There. This looks like a good hole. You can go in there, Mr. Hub. That's a hole I'm not using. So, again, just do exactly the same as what we did on the other side. We'll start with the split out, which will be over here. One there. There, and then finally one there and one there. And then this wants to loop back to there. Yep, just need some power. So that's there, isn't it? Why that's yellow? Wasn't yellow on the other side. But oh well. I also like the fact that these are whole foundations, so you don't, so for the pole to be in the middle, it just goes on the line. Let's backfill these because I'm not messing with iron ingots anymore. I can just backfill them. And then, stupid thing. There we go. Finally, what we can do, we can merge again. So we can do a logistics, merger, do a belt in there, and then we can, am I going to fit a storage container in there? No, I can't bother to build another row of foundations, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a storage container in the middle. Ow. Left a blob there. Then we're going to belt everything in. So this is the basically it's the exception to the rule, because what we're doing is we're getting back to the middle, and then we're definitely going this way. So we know we're always going that way. Likewise on this side, we can put there. And again, for expandability, later on, you've already got that, you just connect straight into it. Right. Nope, it's not. There. And that's it. So we have, well, we've got 40 iron plates and 60 iron rods per minute, automated. And that's basically what I had hoped to get done for this episode. What I might quickly do is I will quickly become stuck. I'll do a super speed now, and we'll go around and we'll collect and build all the bits for the part assembly. That's the point, I could have automated screws. I'll do that later. And we'll unlock that, and we'll get on with the next step. Enjoy the super speed. Right, so as you probably noticed, if you're paying attention, we blew fuse. We got to 125. I've put another constructor in because I couldn't be bothered to hand make screws, and I've gone over the limit. Now we're at 121. We should be alright. We're risking it for 1 megawatt. Screws are an absolute pain in the ass to make, and even hand making them, they take forever. Like, each one makes 4, and it's like a couple of seconds to make 4, and we need 500. So we need to go and at some point split off some of them iron rods to make it. So essentially what we can do is there's 10. So we're making 60 iron rods a minute. We can use 10. We could probably build 3 constructors for screws, so we can kind of half it. Half iron rod, half screws. Once we get this part assembly unlocked, we can figure out how many we need to make the iron plates. Basically what we'll do is we'll introduce buffers everywhere for now. So then we'll have cargo containers that basically have all the excess in. because we want to overproduce so that we can use them to build stuff, basically. Especially because I believe Mark II belts are reinforced iron plates anyway. 520, there we go. Let's slap them in and slap them in. And... oh, there's not enough. Delete you then. Put you in back up here. We'll go in and we'll expand our biomass burners as well. Once we've done this, no idea how long this episode is so far. Haven't decided how fast to do the super speed. Let's see. Let's go for logistics Mark II next. You can't put them in until the thing comes back, so what we need to do is we need to make reinforced iron plates. So now we've unlocked the assembler, look. Oh, some rotors, look. So we need to make them as well. So, I guess the next question is, then I can jump up on here, stupid thing. How am I going to do this? I know how to do it. What we'll do is we will utilize the fact that Satisfactory likes to prioritize the first thing it gets to. So logistics splitter, because we know these are, because we're going into another assembler, not assembler, sorry, a constructor. That one's further away, don't like that. There. Basically because we know we're going into this one, it's going to fill this one up first. So if I do 1 and 2, oh, can't do too many because we'll blow a fuse, won't we? We can pull the spine through to go there. Kind of in line with that. What can I say? I like things in line. Gonna kill it, isn't it? 125. Can we quickly do it before it goes? Run! Whee! How I didn't break a leg then is beyond me. Put our wood in. Our grass in. These are all button. And we've blown a fuse. That's because I got stuck. Okay, since it's already blown. Do is I will place these for the smaller foundation. Then I can do that. And we can still get underneath. So, can anyone remember what the maths was? I think it was 7. So I think if I put 2 more on, I'm fine. I think with the Mark 1 belts, we're limited to 7. Into there. And then into there. And then fire it up. So now we've got 180. Now we're okay for now. Oh, that one hurt. That is ever so slightly higher. This one, oh, this one's obviously just on the limit of hurting when you jump off it. So we wanted to do 60, so we wanted to do 4 of these, didn't we? I'll just leave it at 3 for now, actually. Let's put 1 more of these in. Don't know why I zapped the power line. Fill that up. So then that should, so there's less, so there should be an excess. So we should be able to then put a storage container there for the excess. So the way the logic works is it goes into here halves, so you get technically 30 and 30, but then that'll back up once it fills up, and then it'll go right 30 30, that'll back up, and again 30 30, and that'll back up, sorry, and then everything will be right into there. Well, everything, every excess. Eventually you get what's called smart splitters. And once you get smart splitters, we redo everything. So break this back. We need more iron. We really need more iron. Taking forever. Is there any more nodes? That's an iron node. There's 2 over there. Oh, that's nice. We can have converging nodes. That way for 10, please. Walking out onto nothing whilst it decides what its life's doing. Ah, bit too far. And then I think that's an iron node as well. So we've got 2 more in here. That's what we could do. So we could then create exactly the same thing as over there on this side. And then they'll converge in the middle. I like the sound of that. Seems to be good. Fallen off. And because we've built it on the peak, we can just keep going across. Create a nice big flat area for ourselves. The concrete we've got, rods we've got enough of, plates we've got enough of. So it's just the reinforced iron plates. So in order to build that, you need an assembler. In order to build an assembler, we need reinforced iron plates and a rotor. So reinforced iron plates. Let's make 8 of them. Or the short screws, obviously. Not anymore. Screws are good. Screws stacking 500s. So if they all fill up, then so be it. So that's 8 of them. Oh, we've unlocked copper sheets as well. Rotor. So 4 of them. So that's rods. So all this stuff is still just iron based. It's all just from iron nodes. I'll just build it somewhere random for now. So we can start mathing it out. Want to do reinforced iron plates, which is iron plates and screws. So 60 screws a minute. Are we producing 60 screws a minute? 40, yes, well and truly. 4, 8, 12, so I actually could do 2 of them. 30 a minute. Are we producing 30 iron plates a minute? I don't think we are. We are just. Spare, so we could build it now with what we've got to get 1 doing. So then the other thing is rotors. That's 100 screws a minute. Jesus. We're definitely going to need let's do it. I'll do this and then we will end the episode because I feel this is getting long again. There. So what we want to do, there's your plates. I work on levels normally, so you've got constructors, 2 levels of constructors, and then we're going to go into assemblers. So this wants to all get merged. Merge. Wants to get merged that way. And I want the legs, the jumpy legs that make you be able to jump onto things, or a jetpack, or any of the above. I need to unlock the man, really, don't I? There's your screws. We are producing. And then what I'll do is I'll do what I've done down there. So if I create another row. And another row. So we're going to bridge the... No, we're not. What we're going to do is we are going to merge. And then we are going to... We've got enough room in there for a splitter, which we do. To split. Oh, nope, didn't think that would work. Too close. How am I going to do this? So I think it needs to go one further back. Get there? Just a bit of fettling. Again, it's the life of a Satisfactory player. It's got a left one as well, doesn't it? Again, I'm thinking about expandability in every step. How is that not? Oh, that's because I'm in curve. So that screws. You might think, why have you done that into there? Because the plates are on this side. I want to do this. Basically like that. And then that's where our plates are going to come in from. So we want our power from our power spine. Up to there, to there. That lot wants to come down here and into there. No, it doesn't. It wants to come down to here and then split. And then there. That container can then move to there. But what I'll do, because that uses 30, and we're going to produce 40. It's not good. If this is split 1 to 1, that's not going to work. So I'm just going to have to leave it, I think. There's no real way to overflow it. There is crazy ways where you can like split and then like merge 2 together. So if I put a merger here and loop that one into it, you technically get like 2/3, 1/3. Which actually would work. That would actually be right. Sorry, thinking. We'll leave it like that for now. It'll just back up right there. That should be producing 50 now. I'm going to help it along by doing some on a crafting belt. Um, we've got everything else, so then that'll unlock us a Mark II belt, and then we can start basically upgrading, expanding, all that good stuff. Right. How is it in here? I've done 25 in the time it's taken them to do 5. Kind of sums it up, doesn't it? I feel I'm kind of just stuck here a bit until I get these sorted. Short of plates, and I'm short screws, aren't I? Front one, if I remember rightly. This one should be the one that fills up first. More, sorry, I'm multitasking here. It's not something I do often. $44. We're getting there. Nearly. Right, I'll do. We dropped 51. Let's go and get some Mark II belts, so we can end the episode. Oh, no, we don't want to delete it. And we've run out of iron plates. And I've not left myself a way in. Ah, dear. And I don't have any iron plates to make a ramp. Now I'm going to have to run... delete some foundations out. It's one way to do it. Definitely need a lot more iron plates being produced. Should be enough now. Finally. Debut. Sorted. And there we go, Mark II. So what I'll probably do, I will end the episode there. And in the next one, we will upgrade our biomass boilers. We'll upgrade the belts, we'll add some more boilers. We will upgrade upgrade the belts and everything, and then we will build, excitingly, the space elevator, which we've nearly got enough to do. Right, well, I'll see you in the next one, guys. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. As I say, it helps the channel, doesn't cost you anything, just gives me the nod that I'm doing things right. If you've got any comments, leave them below. Thank you.